So what happens when you combine great hospitality, a family business, and heavenly biscuits? Well, you get a famous West Side diner helmed by second-generation owner Paul Tyler. This is John Groats. Serving up comfort food and top-notch service, this local favorite has been running since Angelica and Robert Jacoby opened it in 1982.
Hospitality to me means treating people as though they're in your home, that they're going to be here and we're going to treat them with love and care, and hopefully that'll ensure that they come back another time. I love what I do.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the common theme throughout this.
Absolutely.
I've met people who have changed the world. You know, they've touched billions of people's lives and they like what we do. And I get to be their friend. There's something about feeding people that's very intimate. Yeah. And you have to take it as such. You know, literally when you walk through the door, there's 80% of the people I can tell you their names. When you enter a family business, it's tough because sometimes people say, oh, well, we've been doing it like this, or you should do it like this. But they were really quite supportive in the way I had decided how the restaurant should evolve.
Yeah.
And my mom used to say, you either have to love it or be crazy, and we're both. My mom and dad opened the restaurant in February of 1982. And essentially my dad, he had been in the restaurant business prior to this. He had a restaurant on Westwood Boulevard called the Bit o' Scotland, because John Groats is actually a landmark in Scotland. It's the most northern point on the landmass in Scotland. And that's where the John Groats is from. He and my mom opened the restaurant, and John Groats became a reality in the early 80s.
Paul and his mom, they've really become like a second family to me.
Carrying on that legacy, their son Paul continues to ensure nothing but the best for the patrons, many of whom have become like family to the diner.
I started working there the first weekend we opened. I worked on Saturdays as a waiter. You know, sometimes you fall into something, you don't realize that that's gonna be exactly what you're doing.
People who loved the restaurant when it began still make a point to come see Paul and the team.
I've been coming about 36 years.
About 45 years.
Wow, 45 years. You're a true patron. You really, this is your restaurant.
Being in the entertainment business, always having lunch in the area, this was always the best breakfast place.
You know, it's very nice to see the same people year after year. That gives you a good feeling.
But whether you're a longtime local or a first-time customer, there's something for everyone on the menu here.
We are constantly one of the best restaurants in town. Pancakes, fish and chips always continuously gets written up as one of the best items in Los Angeles.
Why do you go to a restaurant? Good food.
Right, of course.
And I would classify it as total comfort food, especially for me, being a long-time customer. I've tried almost everything in the menus.
Family atmosphere, the food is delicious.
You should try everything. I mean, everything is good. The pork steak, everything.
Come around often enough, and you may even find your name on the menu.
And they added a thing on the menu, which is my name for my dish that I order all the time.
No kidding, are you serious?
Yeah, it's called the JPK. It's an egg white omelet with turkey, provolone, broccoli, avocado, and bell peppers.
But there's also one item in particular that everyone talks about. Have you tried the biscuits? I'm sure.
Those biscuits are great.
And how are the biscuits?
Oh, they're good.
Are they?
Yep.
Our original, the baking powder buttermilk biscuits, that's the base for everything. And at one point, I realized that I could throw different things in there and make up different concoctions.
Yeah,
and
it was just as good, if not better.
you know, it added a little zing to it.
Sure,
Yeah.
more varieties, that's cool. It's not hard to see why this place is such a local favorite. Right off the busy streets of Los Angeles, you can feel at home with a good friend and your favorite breakfast. And yes, I can confirm, you've got to try their biscuits.
The only drawback of the biscuits is they really fill you up. I think maybe the best thing for the biscuits is if you get them and then take them home or something, because they're so filling.
Totally. Meals for days, yeah.
That's right.
But while Paul makes sure the food is nothing but the best, that's not what keeps people coming back.
Paul has a quality of making you feel like you're at home.
Paul is always around.
Yep.
He's a total hands-on manager.
I have to work hard so that the folks that work with me see how we can accomplish this.
Yeah.
And it's not a sometime thing, it's an all the time thing. Is there any other way to work?
You know, after a while, you keep going to a place and it's like you know everybody.
Yes, exactly.
And that's kind of a kick.
As somebody once told me, a steak can only taste so good. There has to be something else that they're coming back here for.
Totally.
And that it's the feeling that you get when you walk through that door. When I know everybody's name, I think it's my love of people and a combination of that and good food.